So today we're going to talk about 4 tips on how to keep yourself on your grocery budget, but able to provide healthy meals for your family. So I meal plan for the entire month. And when I meal plan, I'm only meal planning for dinner. My kids are old enough, they can come downstairs and get their breakfast and their lunch. And we're pretty much, we eat the same things for breakfast and lunch. So I know just automatically what I need to look for in the fridge and in the pantry when I do put together my grocery list. So I'm not meal planning those, but you are more than welcome to meal plan all your meals, which would be all your breakfasts, all your lunch, and all your dinners. So the first tip is to meal plan. So how many times have you gone into the grocery store, you don't have a list, you are not even sure what you're gonna be making for the week, and the next thing you know, you come out double or even tripled what your grocery budget is. Hey, guilty here. That's the whole reason why I had to start sitting down and meal planning, because going into the grocery store without even an idea, not even have looked in the refrigerator or the pantry, and I'm buying double the same stuff that I have, and really didn't have a plan on what we were going to eat. So I started doing this probably 5 years ago, and it is very rote for me now, but in the beginning, it was a little bit of a struggle because it's so hard. You get overwhelmed with trying to come up with ideas for your dinners. So don't let yourself get overwhelmed, because what you can do, and this is what I do, is I set themes, daily themes. You can set weekly themes. So you could have 1 week that's like total taco week, and 1 week could be like Italian week where you make everything Italian. But for me, I do it where each night is a theme. So on Sundays, it's soup and salads. Mondays, it's meatless Monday. Then of course, Taco Tuesday. Whatever. Wednesday, we do crock pots. On Thursday, we usually do something like a fun Friday meal. Sometimes it's not even a meal, it's just something super fun like nachos. And then Saturday is usually like some sort of a sandwich that I make, like a hamburger, or we make like open-faced sandwiches, something just different than a typical like sit-down meal that you're sitting at the dinner table for. So since I've been doing those themes, it has been extremely helpful on narrowing down then what I need to plan out. So I always plan for the entire month. You do not have to, but I promise you, it is so much easier to plan for the entire month versus week by week. So I will get my planner out, I will look at it, I will see where we might not be home for dinner, and I make note of it so I don't have to plan a meal for any days within that month that I know that we may not be home for. And that's definitely a time saver there. So then I go across the board. On Sundays, I do all the soup and salad meals for Sunday. I do all then the meatless Mondays across the board. Now, I've been doing this for so long. I have so many months worth of dinners that I honestly just rotate. We are, creatures of habit in this home. We don't like to veer a lot off of what we're eating. So it's okay to make the same things over and over. Just kind of mix them in, maybe throw in a new dish, but don't try to recreate the wheel, because that takes much, much longer time. You're not sure if your kids are actually gonna like it. So stick with the things that you know that your kids love, that you could just start meal planning out. And even when you get 2 months under your belt, you can start going back and meal planning from those past months. There's been times when I've just pulled out a whole month and have repeated it and made it super easy. So once you get going and you have some backlog of meals, your meal planning time will be absolutely nothing. So then from there, I make my grocery list. I then go to my fridge and my pantry. I look to see what I might already have, what I don't have on that list. Then from there, I go back to my computer and I grocery shop online. This is where I have saved a lot of time and money, is by just shopping online. I'm not off-list shopping when I go into the grocery stores. I know exactly what's in my cart and where I'm at budget-wise, and it saves me time, and just I don't have to get in the car, I don't have to go, the whole 9 yards. So, and then also knowing where you grocery shop and knowing the items that you purchase, what stores are the cheapest. And that might take a little bit of time, but if you do it online, you can literally compare online. I will sometimes throw up all 4 of the stores that I like to shop at, and I will just kind of shop the price and see which one's the cheapest, and that's where I will buy it from. So then what you'll do is, once you sit down that last week of the month, you will then be looking to the next month. So last week was the end of February. I sat down and I planned for the entire month of March. So now this Thursday, all I will need to do is look at my first week, well, actually my second week in March, because I had to do it last week, but my second week in March, what I have meal planned, create my grocery list from there, and then grocery shop. And so I will be done within 30 minutes, and all my groceries will get delivered here to the house. So start slow. If you don't want to tackle on the full month, just start with 1 week at a time. And then as you build out your meals, you can then use some of those past meals and put them in for your, to do it for an entire month. All right, so that was the first one. The second one is, please only shop once. The more times you enter the store, if you are physically shopping, I'm not physically shopping, so I just do it on my computer and then I'm done. But if you are going into the grocery store to shop, please only go in one time. The more times you walk yourself into the grocery store, you are going to spend more money than is allotted for in your budget. And especially if you walk into the grocery store and you don't have anything planned, or if you're one of those people that go in and grocery shop for that night, you will always end up buying more than you needed if you would have just meal planned. So please, this might be hard for some people, but if you can try to only shop one time a week, you are going to see tons of savings, because you are not off-list shopping. You are not getting overwhelmed and seeing products and being like, oh my gosh, and you don't have your kids with you either asking for, this, that, and whatever. So only grocery shop one time. Then this one might be hard for other people, but try it. Try to not buy as much meat and or dairy. Those are the 2 most expensive items that you are purchasing at the grocery store. So if you can start eating less meat and having a little bit more veggie days, or eating a pasta day, that is going to save on your budget as well. And try not to buy as much dairy too, because that is an expensive item. If you're buying blocks of cheese and you're buying all your stuff for your kids that they like, whether it's their yogurts, and that also leads me to prepackaged foods. So let's try to cook more at home. I know that I might just have shocked you all, and we are in the time of everything is convenient, stopping off through drive-thrus or picking up or ordering out. But if you can start just adding in 1 extra day of cooking at home, you will start seeing a save on your budget, because now you're cooking food from scratch It's not prepackaged and you're not buying the package. And you know exactly what you are putting into this meal, and you can create meals that are very budget friendly. That's why we do like soup and salad nights. It is so inexpensive for me to make our favorite tomato soup for 4 people. I mean, I think it's like $4, and the kids love it, and we make grilled cheese sandwiches. So, and it's like their favorite meal. I think we do it once a week. So get creative on items that you know you can cook from home, healthier and much more inexpensive. And then a question that I get a lot is, well, you know, we really can't afford buying organic, but I want to buy organic. So here are some thoughts I have about organic versus non-organic products. Everything does not have to be organic. So if you're wanting to buy fresh produce organic, just make sure you're researching the Dirty Dozen. You know, those would be the staples that I would be purchasing the produce organic, and then check out the Clean 15 list. They're going to tell you, that list is going to show you which items are you can purchase conventional and you don't have to spend a little bit more money on the produce. Also, start using your farmer's market. If you have a farmer's market that's in your town or a couple towns over, ours will be starting up here very soon. And we love using the farmer's market. Now, what I will say about the farmer's markets, not every farmer at your market is going to be organic. So it should be listed on your town's website if they do have the market of who's there and who is certified organic. But if they don't, just ask, are you an organic farmer? And they'll say yes or no, and you'll know whether that's something that you want to purchase or not, right? It's perfect. But I also love that too, because I buy my honey there that's inexpensive. A couple of our almond butters that we love. So using your farmer's market, if you have one, as a way to save on your fresh produce, which is produce that is in season. So make sure that you are creating your meals around seasonal produce. Don't buy your strawberries in the dead of winter because it's not strawberry season. If you have to have strawberries, like if you make smoothies and things like that for your family, perfect. Just use, buy your frozen strawberries and eat them that way. So always buy what's in season because it is going to be cheaper. They mark up those products that are not in season because they're not in season. So, so once again, our 4 tips for saving your budget and not breaking your budget, but still eating healthy is: 1 is to meal plan. Get yourself a system that works for you. Shop only one time. Don't go into the grocery stores 1,000 times. Only shop once for your items and then stay out. Try to buy less meat and dairy. So when you are doing that meal planning, try to think about, okay, we're not going to eat meat, or we're going to only eat meat 3 times a week, and we're going to then not eat it 4 other times or 3 other times. And then try to start home cooked meals. If you can add in 1 extra day, that would be awesome. And then in a month, try an extra day in there. And eventually you'll realize, oh my gosh, it's so much easier. I'm cooking, I know what it is, I know it's healthy, and I'm not spending that extra money to order out or go through the drive-through. And then the last thing is know what to buy organic and know what to not buy organic. That's going to save you, and not thinking that you always have to buy organic produce or even organic purchased items. So check out my newest blog, which are the 4 tips of healthy eating on a budget. There's a Clean 15 list, as well as the Dirty Dozen list on there you can pull off as a resource. And I do think I have about 4 or 5 recipes that are very family friendly, extremely budget friendly, and very simple to make. So healthy eating, Continue trying to stay on that budget. I know it's hard, but start trying to do and use your meal plans to really help you stay more focused. And I promise you will get there and you're actually going to love your system.